Hey friends, welcome back and welcome to a new chapter in our shared journey together. If you're new here, welcome. This is the perfect time to arrive. Things are evolving on this channel and I'm really excited to bring you along for the ride. Quick note right up front, this episode is kind of doing double duty today. It will operate as the first official episode of the Intuitive Living podcast, and it's also kind of kicking off the launch of a new YouTube series slash reboot of an old-ish YouTube series that I am now calling the Dream Realization Quest. If you're watching this on YouTube, hi, you'll be seeing more videos like this as I share more of my creative journey, my spiritual resources, all things healing and intuitive development. And if you're listening on the podcast, welcome. This is where I'll be bringing all those same conversations, stories, and goodies to you in audio form. I've been dreaming about having a thriving YouTube channel for a long time, and starting this podcast has been another dream for me. This moment really kind of feels like the beginning of something special because doing them both at once makes it all feel a little bit more real. I want to go back up a little bit and explain a little bit more about the Dream Realization Quest series that I'm starting today. It kind of is piggybacking off of a series that I created for YouTube a while ago, and that was called YouTube Monetization Quest. And the reason I made that series was because I had this dream of a thriving YouTube channel. And aside from showing up and posting on a YouTube channel, it seemed like the only way to really measure whether or not I had achieved the dream was to look towards monetization. I started tracking towards that more tangible goal of growth and monetization. Not just for the money, because I think it would take a long time before any real money actually comes out of that, but just to kind of mark the goalpost of having arrived at monetization. And so I went with that for a while and then realized that I didn't want to do all of, and in some cases, any of the things that I was really kind of being told that I had to do in order to get my achievement of monetization. It's not that I don't want to post consistently. But I just can't seem to sustain it. I can't seem to sustain any of the insanely rigorous approaches that I have thus far learned about content creation and monetization, in particular on YouTube. I realize I'm going to have to do the YouTube channel differently. That means, maybe setting some different goals for myself. While I enjoyed the YouTube monetization quest, I knew it needed to change. And so that's where this idea came up for the Dream Realization Quest. So that instead of sharing really specific kind of granular updates about my numbers and everything on YouTube through that process, I would actually just share updates about how I'm doing with manifesting my dreams, because that's really what I want to teach, share them. That's the kind of community that I want to create and be a part of, is people who are out here pursuing their sense of soul purpose and bringing their dreams to life. I'm hoping that this is going to inspire you also to share your dreams with me through the process, but I'm going to go first by sharing some of my dreams with you and keep you posted on how those dreams are taking shape. I'm here to show you the actual messy, real lived experience. This is not me documenting or reflecting on how I did it. From having already successfully done these things, I'm bringing you along for the ride and letting you see this sort of lived experiment that is my creative process, and hopefully sharing as much of it with you as I can along the way that might help you in your creative process. Okay, so let's get right into it. I'm going to share 4 dreams with you today, and some are bigger than others, I guess. But that's where we're going to start, and then we'll just take it from there. Dream number one is the YouTube channel. We'll just start there. I'm starting fresh with a whole new content approach at this point, but I've had my YouTube channel for technically several years, we'll say. I have not posted consistently at all for several years, but for the past few years, I have kind of, come and gone in waves or surges of content sharing, and I have really enjoyed it. But like I said, I learned that I need to do it my own way, just like everything else. And so, yeah, it's going, but I'm more excited about it now than I think I ever have been because I've given myself permission to not really play by the rules in the sense of feeling limited to all the things that I have learned about content creation, but instead, sort of reinventing my own process and just focusing on sharing myself, sharing my art, expressing myself, and putting myself out there in this way. It's going well. I will share some numbers for you for the YouTube dream. Just subscriber count, I think, is a good kind of place to go for now. Last time I made last episode of the YouTube Monetization Quest series, I think I may still add to later on. Like if we reach certain milestones, maybe I will bring that back and do more episodes. But anyways, for now, the last time I did a YouTube Monetization Quest episode, I had 171 subscribers. That was in January of 2025. And now, as I'm doing this new Dream Realization Quest series, last I checked, which was yesterday, the subscriber count is up to 320. That's pretty cool. We're getting there. And I have been like mostly not posting the past few or several months, and I'm still getting subscribers, so that's nice. I think people are liking some of what I put out there so far, but I'm excited to bring some new stuff. Dream number two, that is my Oasis retreat center. This is a longtime dream that my mother and I have shared and talked about forever. And we've been sort of slowly piecing this together over the past few years now that we live in the same area and have decided it's time to really start building this thing. It's been a slow process over the past few years, for sure, I would say, but I have really enjoyed that, honestly, because it's so clear that we're just going with the flow of guidance as it comes to us and going with the flow of life because we both have a lot of other things kind of going on in our worlds. And so we want to build that business in a way that is different than some of the other businesses that we've both been exposed to in our very different backgrounds. And so it has felt really good to just take it one step at a time and trust our intuitive senses and move through that process with as much awareness and heart-centered focus as we can. Things are going really well. We have officially incorporated as a business. We have got our business cards. We have been working with an administrative assistant type person who's another close family member of ours, basically, more or less. And she has kind of come up as a perfect helper to support us in this very early stage of what we're doing. So that has been really fun. And actually, we're going to be looking at space tomorrow. So I may have an update on that dream sooner than we think. That's going well so far. We're really getting kind of focused on physical space right now because we've just been kind of building out the website, which I didn't mention, but we do have a nice little website with a few pages now. And we've got some things kind of formulated in the digital space, but we are now really wanting to get into some physical space, both for us to work together in and create things, but also space to gather with our community and host events and workshops and retreats and all the things. We're pretty excited about some of the options that we're looking at right now, but it's not a done deal till it's a done deal. So we'll see where that goes. Dream number three is the Intuitive Living podcast, of course, which I have now finally launched. Hopefully you're hearing this. That means we're doing it. And as of right now, I have recorded the pilot episode, or episode 0, as I called it. And this is episode 1. So we're doing it. It's happening. And my plan is to record about 10 episodes before I publish any of them so that I can kind of roll out a few episodes right away and not leave people hanging for too long before I get the next ones going. It's more about me creating a consistent rhythm with myself than trying to keep up with any particular posting schedule. I'm really excited about the sort of variety that will come through that podcast because I want to share my own personal stories and experiences and things that I've learned and tools that I've used along the way. But I also would love to share conversations with important, intuitively inspired, heart-centered people in my life and share some audio from talks that I've given or even like meditations or bits and pieces of my online course that I'm kind of reformatting, reworking right now. So I'm going to be kind of moving through a lot of my old content and kind of recycling it into this podcast, I think, as well. Hopefully that'll be interesting. We'll see. The point is, of course, obviously to express myself, to share my art, to share my work, to share my life with you. But my hope really is to build community around this, to grow the audience and be able to share my creative journey, my soul-led journey with all of you and hopefully hear about and play some role in supporting your creative journey, your soul-led journey as well. Dream number 4 is a little bit more general. I kind of refer to as my creative journey, my artist life, or my retreat life. And this is really just a dream I have of being fully expressed as my artist self. I think a lot of people can probably relate to the fact that for many years of my life, I kind of convinced myself that I was not an artist or that my art was not really worth making because I wasn't planning to pursue art or fine arts as a profession. And so it was therefore just like, don't bother kind of thing. And I did that. I think we do that with a lot of different hobbies and interests, which is unfortunate. It's something I've been working on for many years now of really getting in touch with that artistic side of myself, giving myself space to explore new crafts and hobbies and just have fun with it. But that's a journey. There have been ups and downs to that. And it's a really interesting position for me to be in now where I am trying this whole new approach to content creation and to sharing my work, even to like creating my work, just all from this new perspective of really doing it my own way and stop trying to force myself into the mold of how I think things are supposed to be done or whatever hard work, grind, hustle culture has programmed us to believe is the way, and to really find my own way. The main thing is making time for it, right? Just making space in our lives to pursue those things and giving our energy and attention to them because they matter to us personally, whether or not we end up sharing them with the world. But I do believe that for me, at least, part of my journey is to share with the world because I have been openly creating for a very long time. I do a lot of writing, especially. I've always loved drawing and painting with pens and paper crafts and scrap journaling and like all different things, basket weaving. I love it all, but I've never really shared much of it. And so a big part of this quest is just about putting it out there and hopefully leading by example and inspiring people like you to share your art as well. The other piece of what I'm going to be sharing in these episodes, as well as the updates of how my dreams are going, is really how I'm doing it. I'm not going to go too deep into it in this episode because I probably already have been talking for too long. But what I'm planning to share more of is my actual process, like the journaling systems that I use, the intuitive practices, spiritual tools, all the little pieces of my process that I think might be helpful for other people to know about or use as well. It's not just me, again, like documenting something that I've achieved. It's me sharing my process and my experience moving through this living experiment with you. If you are on your own quest to realize your dreams, if you have a vision, whether that's starting a business, writing a book, or just building a more creative life for yourself, I would love to hear your dreams. So please feel free to share in the comments. And if you have any questions for me, obviously, I'm always open to that as well. And if there are things from my process that I can share that I think will help, I, of course, will be happy to do so. So that's where we're starting. These are my dreams. This is the quest that I'm on at this point, and I'm so grateful to have you here with me on this journey. I hope you enjoy watching my process and sharing in this with me. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet for the next episode, but I'll be back and I'll share more when I know more. And I look forward to seeing you there.